I'm Manisha Nayak and I'm homeroom teacher of Senior KG, and I'm going to speak about classroom management for pre-primary. First we'll have the question, why classroom management? Fountainhead is basically a PYP school and follows inquiry-based learning through playway method for pre-primary. Students are independent learners and develop skills and attitudes to help prepare them for life in a global world. The classroom in PYP school is totally different from those of the conventional school. A classroom environment is very encouraging, safe and secure for children. The environment is very appealing to small children. There are no barriers between children and teachers. Teachers are easily approachable. There is less use of chalk and board. Instead, children along with teachers are engaged with hands-on activities for learning. There are different corners set like language, math, UI, free play in pre-primary classes with the resources which are easily accessible to children. The children move to each and every corner through explorative playway method and come up with their inquiry and can satisfy his or her curiosity. Classroom management plays a vital role. Students initiate the inquiry from where teacher can drive the inquiry further. In order to have inquiry-based class where students are free to speak, they have to also be clear that they are equally responsible for listening to others. This is possible only through essential agreements, where they develop self-management skills and become responsible. Now we'll talk about what is classroom management. Delivery of a curriculum in a manner that provides students with opportunities to gain knowledge that is relevant and of global significance, and to develop an understanding of concepts, inculcating attributes of learner profile which is central to the PYP. Classroom management is basically a delivery of a curriculum in a manner that provides students with opportunities to gain knowledge that is relevant and of global significance, and to develop an understanding of concepts, inculcating attributes of learner profile which is the central to PYP. Different attitudes, skills and action. Basically, the teacher provides the resources who gives the opportunity to children to become active learners. To implement the PYP inquiry in classroom, there are various requirements and expectations from the teacher, in which the first and the foremost is to meet the needs of the children, like a relationship with children, enabling children to develop self-management skills via essential agreement develops confident students. Managing different types of learner, then allotting duties in the classroom. Classroom environment is basically very different, which has displays, providing resources, setting corners or physical setup. Differentiation in class. Then a range of teaching and learning strategies. We also have a appreciation chart in our classroom. Now let us talk about how is classroom management implemented. As the day starts, children are asked to settle down with their bags and bottle in their respective places. They are supposed to remove their communication diaries while settling in the class. Teacher checks these diaries daily, which is mode of communication between teacher and parent with respect to children. After children are settled, class starts with the morning circle. Depending on the timetable, either children go for activity period like PS or PE, or in case of homeroom period, teacher takes the attendance, talks to children about day and dates, notes attendance on the board, discusses word of the week, and children share the happening of the previous day at home. This forms their daily routine and part of the classroom management for teachers. Let us peep into Hasina ma'am's class to understand better how the day starts at school for children at Fountainhead School.
Please keep your bags in the cupboard. See what detergent is brought. All those who have come, whose cupboard monitor. I want all the bags in the cupboard. Cupboards closed. I'm just listening to him what he is doing. Come here. See, he's sharing what all sentences he has done. You want to do a circle there, or you want to see what Parth has made? So first we want to share. Okay? So come here, everybody in this circle. You close it. Okay, now see your turn is over. We give that to you. Share.
एकदम ऊपर खड़ा रहता है. Sun stands on only one place and he don't rotate. Moon and Earth rotate every day. Sun and Moon take long time to circle the sun. वो लोग है ना वो लोग 1 वीक के बाद वो लोग मून और सन को चक्कर लगाते 38 जनवरी को. तब वो लोग पूरे सन को चक्कर लगा के एक जगह बनाते हैं.
एक दिन 30 जनवरी को आ गए. उसको क्या form a circle. No, here. Start with the morning light. Yes, because you people have to go for sports activity today. Yes. Yeah, look at the timetable. What do you have today? Today is Thursday. What started? What's the date today? See, listen to Ridyash what he's saying. 3 number is for which month?
March.
What's the day today?
Across the
Now, how many we are in the class? Total number of students in senior edition? Total is 20. Absent is 1. So how many present? 19 present. What is the word of the week we have taken?
Reflective.
Okay. So reflective is what is reflective? Learner profile or attitude?
Learner profile.
Now let us talk about the relationship among teacher and children. Gelling up with children plays a vital role in classroom management during the academic session starts after summer vacations. So the children are comfortable with the teacher and the other children in the class. Teacher initiates the first week with the introduction activity. Let us see the video of my class. where I take a chart and ask children to do the same, and then teacher writes name of each and every individual child, where they stay, how they spend their vacation. Through this activity, distance between the teacher and the children reduces and they come closer. Language is not the barrier for communication between children and teacher conversation. Teacher uses language which is understood by all the students, which means she uses English and Hindi or even Gujarati when and where required. Language is not the barrier for communication between children and teacher conversation. Teacher uses language which is understood by all the students, which means she uses English and Hindi or even Gujarati when and where required. Here you can see that how teacher is friendly with students and is easily approachable to children. Teacher interacts more with the children by making them feel that they are important to us. For maintaining healthy relations with children, use of language is very important. That is, labeling a child by tagging, example, he or she is hopeless, he or she is disturbing child, or he or she is not responsible, he or she is careless, etc. will demotivate him and will pull down his or her self-esteem. The child might get suppressed and shall never share ideas. That is, they never come up with the prior knowledge, whatever they have, or come up with inquiry in the class. Approachable and pleasant environment of the class will encourage children to speak up freely with teacher and the other new specialist teachers, whoever is there in the classroom. The students can be encouraged and their self-esteem can be improved by using right language, like example, very good, is doing well, keep going, can do better, etc. Now let us see video where the teacher is setting essential agreement which enables children to develop self-management skills and become responsible.
Good afternoon, I'm Deborah Weller at Bathgate Elementary School in Mission Viejo, California. I'm a kindergarten teacher and I'm here to share with you some good ways to organize your classroom using color. I have a 30-to-1 classroom, sometimes more than 30, but it's called an early bird, late bird staggered day schedule. So some of my children come at 8:30 in the morning and some of the children come a little later. So on that very first day of school, we want to start out with name tags. How do I do my name tags? I got these plastic badge holders from a business supply store, yarn, these clip right on, and then I put some tape on their names so that we've got these instant name tags ready to go at all times throughout the year. Even if they chew on them, they're protected with the plastic and their hands from smearing, all protected by the plastic. So one good tool is always to have your name tags ready to go on the first day of school. When you go out to greet them, as they're waiting and lining up, you give them their name tag and tell them it's a very sacred thing. I've color-coded my different groups so that I always have, right now I have my early birds are green and my late birds are orange, and that way there's a distinction between the two groups so that they will be able to know exactly where to find their name tags. Now, how do we organize them? Well, the first day of school, you're going to be kind enough just to let them sit down. But after that, second day of school, I've got a plan ready to go. I know a little bit about the children, and they are ready to sit in their color rows. I have put numbers on my carpet, and I will assign them numbers to sit in. And if they don't know their numbers at first, I will help them to get to know. They will trace that number with their finger so that they will remember their space of where they need to sit. So, color rows on my carpet, and I also have them numbered. What if you don't have a beautiful carpet like this? That's okay. You could put colored tape down also so that they have a specific place where they need to sit. The numbers on the carpet really help with a lot of different things because you can call out all the friends who are on number 5, or all the friends who are on purple, and then you can count them off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then other children can discover that they might have a 5 in their number. So there's a lot of different activities that could come from just having the numbers on the carpet there. Now, the other thing that we want to make sure that they're doing is color rows in themselves. When I have just my early birds here, I will have the children sit on color teams. And how did I form my color teams? Well, I actually used my assessments. My assessments help me know which group would be on what color team. And I had the children who maybe don't know any of my letters together, let's say on purple team. Then I have children who have progressed a little bit onto blue team. And then I have the children who may be starting to read on my green team. And this also becomes my center groups. Now, I don't start centers off the very first weeks of school, but at least I've got the children already sitting on their rows. It's color coordinated to my center group chart up here, where I have the early birds, blue team, purple team, green team, and my late birds, purple team, blue team, and green team. This is flexible throughout the year, as we might need to change children from time to time. So, first things first, numbers on the carpet. Color team rows that they know they're sitting on. Well, how do I use those color team rows? When they're excused to the tables to do their work, they are excused by color team rows. Would the purple team please line up at the door? Would the blue team get up and walk over to table number 2? So that way it becomes a management tool. Would all of the friends on the blue color stand up, and we're going to clap out the alphabet together. So there's a lot of ways that we can organize them by using the color teams. At the tables, I have also organized the room by placing stars, color stars, at each table. So the purple team knows that they come to table 5, and it's the purple. So purple team, please go to your work table, and off they go to table 5. As well as we've got blue, we've got red, and the colors are around the room so that these stars designate the table that they are to go to. Instantly, purple team to your team row. That way, they're not wandering in the classroom trying to figure out where they're going to go. Does this take practice in the first weeks of school? Absolutely. We don't expect them to come in prepared to do this. So we have practice time. Okay, we're all go. Does this take practice in the first weeks of school? Absolutely. We don't expect them to come in prepared to do this. So we have practice time. Okay, we're all going to practice where we need to go and sit. All the green team friends, go and sit at your table. All the blue team friends, go sit at your table. Then we come back and make sure that we find our places. At the tables, I have also utilized some name tags to help. And these name tags have the children's name and pictures. I take the pictures on the first day of school. So now they always know, especially when it's an overlap time, exactly where they're going to sit. I just use a little tape on them, and they're laminated so that they're protected. And then, if I need to adjust and move it around, when friends start getting too chatty or they can't get along, I have the option of mixing up the teams from that time. So those are the things that I will use to help my children in the classroom, knowing exactly where they go every day. And believe me, I start this the first week of school, and then they know exactly what they're supposed to do. I call it kindergarten boot camp. Good afternoon, I'm Deborah Weber, and I teach at Bathgate Elementary School in Mission Viejo. This is my classroom. It's a kindergarten classroom because that's what I do best. And here we are today. Now I'm going to share with you some of my ideas on classroom management, things that work with kindergartners. First of all, you have to realize that even though they're cute, you need to be firm and you need to be kind to the children that you see every day. Kindergartners need parameters. They need their boundaries clearly stated to them so that from day one, you have already taught them what's to be expected in the classroom. And what are those things that we expect of them? First of all, when they're sitting on the carpet, if they have a designated square that they might be sitting in, their legs need to be folded, their hands in their lap, and I always teach them, don't bug your buddy, don't bug your buddy. And so, by teaching them just that little thing, I also tell them, what does that mean? That means no poking, no playing with someone else's hair, no touching someone else's clothing. They need to remember that their job is to keep their hands in their lap, and then their hands will not be getting into any trouble. So we learned from that first day, how do we sit like grown-up kindergartners? And they all comply. Now I also use some sign language techniques that help them, and they will know these from the very first day. And again, if you practice in a playful way with them, they will learn exactly what to do. So for standing, I show them sign language for stand, and then we practice standing.
Jonathan and Alexander Liera come to the office.
And then what I do is I show them sitting. So you take your hands, put them like as if you're sitting on your other two hands, and they learn how to sit. So we play a game of stand and sit for a while, and I show them these particular signs so that they will learn automatically to do it. Then I don't even have to use my words anymore. Stand, sit, and they're there. Well, we always need to put on our story manners. One of the most important things as a kindergarten teacher is you do not start a lesson, you do not start a story until everyone is doing what you expect them to do. So for things like learning time, I designate to them, when we are sitting on the carpet, this is learning time. And you need to tell them that. This is a time when we sit very quietly, we put on our listening ears, we put on our learning eyes so that we are ready to go, and we turn on our brains. Then we're ready for listening and learning. And of course in the beginning, you'll have to remind them that we're not preschoolers anymore, so we don't sit on our knees. We sit flat on our bottoms. And so as I notice them complying with some of these things, I will put pennies in my penny jar. A very simple thing. I've got pennies, and then I've got this jar. This is called the party jar. And as I notice them doing correct things, like, oh my goodness, everybody's able to sit on their bottoms with their hands in their lap right now. What good listeners. I'm going to put 5 pennies in the jar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It reinforces counting. Now maybe I'll only want to highlight that the green team's sitting very nicely, and I'll put a penny in for each child. Well, as we add more pennies to the jar, as I catch them doing the right things, being good, this jar will start to fill up. And when it hits the P in the word party on this jar, we get to have a popcorn and video party celebration. But it takes a while. I'm generous, but I keep them going, so it may take 3 to 4 weeks sometimes to fill up the jar. They go crazy when the jar is filled. It makes them so happy. So having a penny jar is a nice positive way to reinforce good behavior in your classroom. I'm not one to buy them off with stickers and stamps, but this is one thing that they respond to very well. And it's all how you sell it to them. Oh my gosh, we get to have a penny jar. And if you're doing all the right things at all the right time, we're going to put pennies in this, and we get to have a celebration. So with excitement, you teach them about the penny jar. When I'm getting ready to read a story to them, here's what we need to do. Put on our story manners. I will not even begin until everyone can show me their very grown-up behavior. Okay, let's put on our listening ears. Make our mouths quiet. Our hands are in our lap. Our bodies are nice and still. We're sitting up like grown-up kindergartners, and now we're ready to invite a story into the classroom. I go over that for at least every day, every time I'm reading a story during those first 6 weeks of kindergarten. After that, all I have to say are, Is your story manner on? Are all of you having your story manners on? That way, they've figured it out that this is what's required for their good behavior. Sometimes, if they're being a little rowdy and squirrely, I'll say, well, I'm hoping to put pennies in the jar. Do you think we can get 10 pennies in the jar? This is how we need to do it. That's just one of the techniques. I always use a lot of positives with the children, recognizing them for their good behavior. But they do work for that penny jar. Now, what do you do when you have kindergartners who think that they're the only ones in the classroom and that they should be the only one who has turns? Well, no matter if you have 20 or you have 30, you need a system. So here's a couple of little systems that I use in order to give turns in my classroom. There's many more, and we will be sharing other ideas from other teachers with you. So this is just what I do in my classroom, but I hope you'll be willing to share some of the ones that you have in your classroom as well. And maybe we'll see you on a CKA video on the internet. Well, what I've done to help my kids out, I have a little box and I put their name on a popsicle stick. And so when we have a time where we need taking turns, pull out the popsicle stick. And there's their name, and so they get a turn. The other thing that I have them do on the very first day of school is they draw themselves and write their name on I think this is a 4x6 card. And they just simply write their name. It's also a quick assessment because I see their name and I also see how they draw their body. And then these cards are used throughout the year for when we do calendar time or other things that require choosing in the classroom. And then I have them tucked right here, ready to go in the classroom helper chart. Very helpful when you have a substitute come in the room. And that way they will know where to get the children's names from as well. So the choosing chart goes for calendar jobs, any jobs in the classroom. And then the choosing box is for other times when you want to have discussion, but you can't afford for all 30 children to be speaking at once. They become very respectful of these particular little tools in the classroom. Now, another way that I help to organize them is in that first week they get introduced to their cubbies. So I'm going to walk on over here to where I have their cubbies. I have placed the cubbies right near the door of the classroom. I've tried all different kinds, and you know there's 100 different ways to organize this, but these are nice and compact little plastic drawers. Their names are on there, color-coded, again, for my early bird and late bird students, so that they can easily find it. I also have had them alphabetized so that they will learn about alphabetizing their names. And so when they possibly have a lot of things in their drawer, they can just take it out when it's time at the end of the day to put things into their backpacks. They can take their whole drawer out, and then their job is to put it back here. But throughout the day, when they need to put a paper that they have finished, right here. When do I start training them on this? The first full week of kindergarten. They learn how to put things in their cubby and how to pack them up at the end of the day by taking their cubby drawers out. There's always a place. They like having their own places to stash things. This avoids papers being around the room. This avoids children mismanaging their papers at the desk. And everybody has a place. It's a great tool because when a child is sick, the parent can just come in, pull out the drawer, and they have the papers that the child missed. So I just shared with you a few ideas. There's lots more coming on your CKA website. I hope you look forward to more ideas from kindergarten teachers throughout the state of California.
Basically, essential agreements differ from class to class, and it is not same for example, it is not same for all the senior KG classes. Teacher sets class essential agreement and its consequences along with the children in order to maintain the decorum of the class. In case of breaking any essential agreement, children will have to be ready to face the consequences. Basically, essential agreement has positive statements, and it enables students to develop self-management skills, and it makes them totally responsible. It should solve both the purpose of children and the teacher. For example, in conventional school, the child with unacceptable behavior is punished in the way where the child misses their lessons or the classes, maybe one which is favorite of that child. But these essential agreements help teacher where the learner manages themselves and do not disturb the class, and learners also do not miss their lessons. Students need to respect the essential agreement. In case they are unable to respect or adhere to it, they are given 3 chances, or else they have to face the consequences. In fact, they need to respect all people around them, including teachers, didis, bus driver and didis, and should respect their uniform and other school resources too. These essential agreements help to maintain classroom discipline and makes the classroom unique from that of a conventional school. More points can be added or can be modified when and where required. Here in the following video, you can see teacher sets an additional essential agreement when she is taking children to tinkering lab for the first time.
All of you stand over here. Everyone stand over here. Okay. Now, before we enter this room, there are certain things we need to discuss. Got it? The first thing is our essential agreements. We have to agree to certain things. Yes or no? Yes? The first agreement we all should make and we shall make is we are not going to touch things until and unless ma'am tells you so. Okay? There are a lot of glass items inside which can break. Right? The consequence of breaking anything is that you people will have to pay for it. Do you want to pay for anything? No. So you are not going to touch anything until and unless ma'am tells you to do so. Secondly, when we touch anything, you have to be careful that it does not fall from your hands. Okay? And when ma'am says observe some things, we all will observe. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. And we are going to raise hands to ask any type of questions. Dev, are you listening to me? Yes? If we want to ask questions, what do we do? Hands. Yes. How many people can raise hands at how many people can talk at a time? How many people can talk at a time? One person. Okay. And when you people are talking, I keep quiet. And when I am talking,
Keep quiet.
you keep quiet. Got it?
Yes.
Do we agree to all this?
Yes.
Shall we all agree?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Now when I say you enter, you are not going to go anywhere. You are going to come only behind me. Okay? Okay. See, be careful. Don't crowd yourself near the table. Be away from the table. You get to see everything. Okay? See. Come round the table. Come round the table. Don't touch anything. Be away from the table. You should be careful of lot of things. Okay. Now you can see there are lot of things kept over here. Firstly, I want you people to look at all these things. These are all different things that is kept over here.
Now let us talk about the classroom environment. Teacher plays a major role in creating and maintaining the classroom environment in which children can build up their understanding and develop student ideas. Let us talk about the differentiation in the class, as it is a major part of the classroom management. In class, there are children with different competencies which will be catered by doing differentiated learning. Example, in math, if a child is able to do addition very fast, then he is given problem sums which will be challenging for him. In case of a child who is unable to do addition mentally, then that child is given manipulative like blocks, sketch pens, then we have beads. The child has used sketch pens with which he is solving the sum like 3 sketch pens plus 2 sketch pens makes 5, or that child is made to sit with his buddy for buddy teaching. In the following video, you will see how teachers are catering differentiated children during free play for math. The children celebrated Dr. Seuss's birthday by demonstrating their communication skill while they were reading the book. A class contained students like few are mover, few can sit and concentrate, and few are good listeners. Then in language class, a child who is a mover gets a stick to read orally the alphabets on the board. Children who can sit and concentrate are given the written work for alphabets, and children who are good listeners are given player with the earphones to listen series of alphabet rhyme. As teachers, these are some of the challenges we face in executing the classroom management. One is like differentiation in class among 20 children with one teacher. Then we have handling a problem child when a very important class is going on. Then we have balancing between academics and classroom, especially when behavior of 1 to 2 children is disrupting the class. Then we have tried to maintain whole class learning when few children are not behaving as per the essential agreement. The last I feel is few teachers are still facing difficulty for generating inquiry from the children. So if you have any queries regarding these challenges, you can discuss with me or your mentor. Now let us talk about the long-term consequences or implication or benefits of the classroom management. Fountainhead prepares actually the children for the careers which are not known to them, and so it helps them learn the skills which they can apply independently to become responsible for their own decision and self-discipline in long term. An international minded child becomes more responsible for themselves and for the society in which they survive. For that, I would like to share one example. At pre-primary level, children started eating more healthy food and less of junk food like pizza, burgers, noodles, etc. in less quantity by saying it is unhealthy as it has maida and will stick inside the stomach. Here they are being responsible for their own health. In fact, children started giving advice to their grandparents to eat less oily food by saying it has lot of fat, so we should eat less.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So today we will do the read aloud, okay? So what is the name of the book?
I went walking.
And who is the author? Sue Williams. Sue Williams, okay? And illustrated by Julie Vivas. What is her name?
Julie Vivas.
Yeah. Okay. I went walking. I went.
Walking.
What did you see?
What did you see?
What do you think?
Black cat.
Black cat. Basket. Let's see.
And bull.
Let's see what's there.
And bull.
So I saw a black cat looking at
Me.
I went. Shh. First you will listen. I went. So what did you see? What do you think it is? This is a horse?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
So I saw a brown horse.
Looking at me.
Then what will come next? I went.
Cow.
I went.
Walking.
I went.
Walking.
What did you see?
Cow.
Are you sure?
Yes. Cow.
Cow. Okay. So I saw a red cow looking at
me.
okay. I went. So what did you see? It's done. Okay, so let's see. So I saw a zebra. Then again, I went. I went. Shh. Walking. What did you see? What did you see? It's a pig. Pig says. Point. Let's see. Oh, so I saw a pig looking at pig. It's a pink color pig. Peach color pig. Skin is peach color. Okay. I went. What did you see? I went walking. What did you see? It's a dog. Oh, that means cat is very small. See, he says this is the smallest. This will be the smallest.
Yes.
And this is smaller and this is small. Okay? So I went walking. What did you see? I saw a lot of animals looking at
Me. And I say bye-bye.
oh, you say bye bye, good night. Let's see.
We'll start with the maths problem. Okay, I have 7 sketch pens. Okay, I have 7 sketch pens and I give away 3 to these girls. 1, 2, and 3. So how many are left in my hand?
Oh, please.
Only Krish. Only Krish. And everybody answered. Okay, so please, Krish, I'm asking you, so get up. How many are left? Get up and answer properly. Hello? 4 are left. Okay, 4 is the answer. Good. Okay, next. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 books. Okay, and I give away 1, 2, 3, 4 books. How many are left? Only one. Only one. Who is giving answer? 2. So 2 are left. Subtraction, okay? We are doing subtraction, and so anybody, I will ask anybody, and you have to answer me. Okay? I have 5 color boxes, and I give them, and I give it out to these girls. Okay? So how many are left? How many are left? And I want Man to answer. Man to answer. Are you Man? Where is Man? And he's not standing up also. So now what is the consequence? When I'm asking to one child and I'm specifying the name, still you are giving the answer. Now you will not get the other chance for sums, okay, for solving the sums. So what is the consequence? You have to be out of the group. Please go and stand there. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, to have the consequence?
Yes.
Yes. Vacation में क्या किया था? Okay. What?
I have to
Gone to Mahabaleshwar or something. Then you have to. So you have to tell us what you did in last vacation.
vacation.
Big
Senior KG. Diwali vacation.
Yes, not Diwali vacation. Yes, not Diwali vacation also. Okay. So you can tell me, okay? Start with roll number 1 and 2. Come. Okay. Come this side, roll number 2. So you have to wait till your till your turn comes. Here, come out. This. Now mix it, put the hands. Now put it on the paper and leave it. So you have to put it near. Okay. What is your name? Aryan. So I will be writing his name. Aryan. What is your favorite color? Which is your favorite color? Purple. Okay. And where did you go in vacation? Happy Valley. Which game do you like? Please sit in your place. Everybody will get a chance. Which is your favorite game? He likes hide and seek. Good. You can go. You can go and wash your hands. Yes. Ananya. And okay, you took admission this year, right? You took admission this year, so this is new school for you. So what was your school's name? In which school you were going earlier? Swaminarayan School. Okay. First is we always agree. First essential agreement is we always agree to listen to person who is given chance to speak and wait for the chance. So learner profile open-minded is being highlighted for children. Consequence for the same is if the learner does not abide to the essential agreement, then he or she is made stand outside the group. Through this video of math class, you will understand how children have to wait for their chances by raising hand, and if they disobey to the essential agreement, then they have to bear the consequence. This does not mean that he is out of group, but she does not get the chance, the other chance in fact. Let us see the essential agreement second, which has, we are good friends to everyone and we share our resources with each other. We are a team. Here we have integrated learner profile caring and the attitude cooperative, which is actually highlighted to children. The consequence for the same is if learner is not being cooperative, then he or she is made sit with the group and has to just observe rather than being active participant in the group. The third agreement here is we agree to keep our classroom neat and clean. Attitude, commitment and children are being responsible is highlighted in this essential agreement. Consequence for the same is in case the learner is irresponsible or unwilling to keep the class clean, then he or she has to clean the class and he or she is made in charge of the class cleanliness for that day. For example, here you can see the student spills the water on the ground and so he is just made being responsible for wiping the floor on his own by the teacher, and he is responsible as an in charge of cleanliness for that day.
Why you split the water? You know that you don't have to split water in the class, right? What is the consequence if you split water? You will clean it yourself, right? So keep the bottle and clean it now.
Fourth agreement is we will save water. Consequence is like if the child is found wasting water, then the child will not be allowed to refill water bottle. For example, if the child is found emptying the half filled bottle and the child is asking for refilling the bottle, then that child will not be allowed to refill the bottle. And then we have fifth essential agreement. We will always look after our belongings and pack up our things. Here we want basically to have a neat and clean organized classroom, and equally we want children to be responsible for their own things. So the consequence for that is if learner is being irresponsible for the belongings of their own, then it will be kept out for that day. Then we have the sixth agreement, which is we agree to always walk while going and coming for toilets, for meal breaks and for the other specialist subjects. Here committed attitude is being highlighted for children. Consequence here is like if the child is found running in and outside the class, in fact in the corridors, then he or she will have to go back to the same place and will walk and come back. The seventh agreement is we will play together without hurting anyone. Consequence for that is if child is caught fighting with the classmates in or outside the classroom, then that child has to stand whole day in the class and during the meal break too. Then we have the 8, where we will finish our food within the given time. Consequence is like, if the child is unable to finish the food in the given time, then child has to sit on ground in the dining area. Here you can see children of nursery are sitting down on the ground as they were unable to finish their food within the time given to them. So they are just bearing the consequence of that.
A for penguin, B for penguin, C for penguin. You will not get free play today. Why? Tell me. You will tell the document today. क्या बोला था मैंने लेना बोलूं? What I said? If you want to go today, you have to finish your work. Then only you will go, right? आपने अपना काम finish किया? किया? मैंने आपको जो काम दिया था mix and match. Did you finish your work? Yes or no? Now please what's the question? No. इसीलिए वो लोग खेल रहे हैं, आप लोग यहाँ पे बैठ के पढ़ाई करो। Yes? अभी आप पढ़ाई करोगे तो लोग खेलेंगे। ठीक है, आपने अपना काम नहीं किया। That is what? The simple activity we have already decided. Now what is it? There is no point to cry. Parent किसके साथ है?
You again. This is your last period of the games unit, right? So let's finish it with all the reflections of learner profile and all that what you have learned. Okay, so let's say this. Okay, we all know which your unit we are running with, right?
Yes.
What is the name of unit?
Game.
Correct. Games. Okay, what is the central idea of the unit? Okay, that's very good. Participating in games requires being safe, following rules and sharing space, right? Okay, so now tell me this, in this unit, on which learner profile we are focusing on?
Principal.
Okay, one is principled and? No. Principled and? Reflective. Reflective. Very good. Okay, yes.
Connection and function.
That is what? Key concept. Connection and function is key concept. Okay, very good, Swam. Okay, learner profiles are principled and reflective. What do you mean by principled? Games में कैसे connected है? How will you be principled? One at a time, please. One at a time. Yes, Kriti.
जो हम ये गेम खेलते हैं जो आउट हो जाता है उसको याद नहीं होगा जब नहीं होते ना तो एक गेम खेलते तो आउट हो जाते ना तो ऐसा समझ जाना कि मैं आउट हो गया मैं ये गेम से
Leave the rope. Okay, so in short, playing a fair game, being honest, right? Right? All right.
हमारा गेम को पूछो
I'm coming to you. Okay, so this is learner profile. What are the attitudes we are focusing on? Nine attitudes. Krish, here. Cooperation, very good. Cooperation and enthusiasm. Okay. Cooperation कैसे? How it is connected with games? Yes, ma'am.
हमारे टीम के साथ है ना काम करें
Okay. What he is saying is कि अगर कोई टीम गेम खेले, कुश, are you with me? Okay. वो बोल रहा है कि कोऑपरेशन में अगर कॉपरेशन तब होता है जब हम कोई टीम गेम खेल रहे हो तो सब लोग एक साथ मिलके एक गोल अचीव करें. तो in which kind of games we need cooperation? Yes.
Football.
Okay, football. Cricket. Basketball. Very good.
Dog in the ball.
Sorry, one at a time. Yes.
Dog in the ball. Dog in the ball.
No, I can't hear you.
Hockey.
Okay. That is quite big game.
Football.
Football is there. I said that. Anything else?
Dog in the ball.
Dog in the bone में cooperation कैसे? एक मिनट. Let me clear him. Okay. Dog in the bone में cooperation कैसे? Okay. Roll number wise. So Ayush, what Aryan is saying कि roll number wise हमें याद रखना पड़ता है dog in the bone में, right? So is there any cooperation? कैसे? क्या आपका रोल नंबर जब बोला जाता है तो आपका फ्रेंड आपको बताता है कि तेरा रोल नंबर, आपका रोल नंबर आया है, गो एंड गेट दैट हैंकी और व्हाटएवर, नहीं बोलता है? सो कोऑपरेशन हुआ? नहीं हुआ? सो वहाँ पे कोऑपरेशन कैसे हुआ? देयर इज नो हेल्प. यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन योरसेल्फ ओनली. यू हैव टू अटेंशन ऑन इंस्ट्रक्टर्स कमांड ओनली. वो जो नंबर बोलते हैं उसी पे ध्यान देना है, राइट? सो डॉग इन द बोन में कोऑपरेशन नहीं है. आर यू सेइंग दैट? Okay, so that is cooperation. Enthusiasm कैसे? अगर कर पाए तो करने का. Okay, is that enthusiasm or reflective? Reflection. ये दूसरी बार करना, वही गेम रिपीट करना और अच्छी तरीके से करना, ये रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं हो गया? रिफ्लेक्शन हुआ ना? तो enthusiasm कैसे? Sign up with me, please. Okay, now what are the key concepts? What was that? Connection and function. Okay, how function? गेम में फंक्शन का कंसेप्ट क्या हो सकता है? सिस्टम ऑफ प्ले, राइट? हर गेम कैसे खेली जाती है जानना जरूरी है ना? सो दैट इज फंक्शन, राइट? ओके, सो दैट इज फंक्शन. So that is how it is connected with our unit games. Now today we are finishing the unit. So let me remind you again. Let's say one more time. Learner profiles are principled and reflective. Principled and reflective. Attitudes are cooperation and one more is there. That is key concept. Cooperation and one more is there. Enthusiasm and cooperation. What are the key concepts? Function and connection. Very good. Okay, so that is all for today.